Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Storytime with Naya. Today's conversation is one that almost everybody can relate to because at some point in life, we have all looked at someone and said, money changed this person. Maybe it was a friend, maybe it was a family member, maybe it was someone you were in a relationship with, maybe it was even you. And honestly, this conversation is deeper than it sounds because the real question is, does money actually change people or does money simply reveal who they have always been? Think about it. Someone is struggling with you today. You both trek together, you both dream together, you both promise when we make it, nothing will change. Then one person finally, maybe they get a big job, maybe business starts moving, maybe they suddenly enter a new level financially. And the next thing, their phone starts sounding different, their reply style changes, their greeting changes, even the way they say I'm busy starts sounding expensive. Suddenly they act like they were never part of the struggle. Like poverty was a rumor, like your friendship was seasonal. And that hurts because it makes you wonder, was this person always like this? Or did money create this version of them? That is why I always say money does not build character. It reveals it because money is power and power exposes people. When someone has nothing, sometimes humility is not a character. It is survival. They are nice because they need people. They are patient because they have no choice. They are loyal because they have no options. But once money enters, once comfort enters, once power enters, now we see the real persons because now they have options. Now they can choose how they want to treat people. And that choice reveals everything. Some people become proud. Some people forget the hands that held them. Some people only remember old friends when they need emotional support, but never when they are sharing success. Some people upgrade their lifestyle and downgrade their humanity. And that is painful, especially when you were there in the beginning, when you knew the version of them before the money, when you were part of the nights of prayer, the days of tears, the moments of one day we will make it, then suddenly success arrives and access to them becomes harder than getting visa. Now you need an appointment to say hello. And sometimes it is not even about money itself. It is about respect because people can grow financially and still remain human. People can succeed and still stay kind. People can become wealthy and still remember loyalty. That is why I respect people who never let success change their hearts. Because that is true character. Some of the richest people are the most humble. And some people with small money behave like they bought the country. So clearly, money is not the issue. Character is. Let's even talk about relationships. This one is serious. Some people love you beautifully when both of you are struggling. Then the moment money enters, the relationship changes. Suddenly there is pride, control, disrespect, competition. Sometimes the person who once said they start acting like they are the prize and you are the audience. And that is dangerous. Because money should improve peace, not create distance between people. Even friendships suffer from this. There are friendships built on struggle. But not all friendships survive success because success tests people differently. Some people can handle your pain, but they cannot handle your progress. Some people can love you when you are beneath them, but the moment you rise, insecurity enters. And on the other side, some people become successful and suddenly cannot relate to old friendships anymore. Not because they are bad people necessarily, but because environments change people. Priorities change, exposure changes. Still, respect should never disappear. Because no matter how high you rise, never forget where you started. Never forget the people who knew your story before the success post. Never forget the people who believed in you before strangers started clapping. And let's be honest, sometimes we also need to check ourselves because it is easy to blame people for changing, but sometimes growth naturally creates distance. Not every distance is pride. Not every silence is arrogance. Sometimes life is just different. Responsibilities increase. Pressure changes. Access becomes harder. So wisdom is knowing the difference between natural growth and deliberate disrespect. But one thing remains true. Money magnifies. If someone is kind, money can make them more generous. If someone is wicked, money can make them more dangerous. If someone is insecure, money can make them more arrogant. If someone is peaceful, money can make them more stable. It amplifies what is already there. That is why I say money is a mirror. It shows you people clearly, sometimes painfully clearly. And maybe that is not a bad thing because sometimes we need revelation. Sometimes we need to know who truly values us, who is genuine, who only loved us when we were useful, who only respected us when we were available, because truth is better than illusion, even if it hurts. And as today's episode comes to an end, I want to leave us all with this. Do not pray only for money. Pray for character, because money without character becomes destruction. Success without humility becomes loneliness, and wealth without loyalty becomes emptiness. The goal is not just to make money. The goal is to make money and remain a good human being. To rise without becoming unrecognizable. To succeed without losing your soul. Because at the end of the day, people may forget what you bought, but they will never forget how success changed the way you treat them. So tell me, do you think money changes people or simply reveals them? Thank you for listening to this episode of Storytime with Naya. See you in the next episode. It was such a pleasure sharing these stories with you all today.